Well, I'm Welsh, and even though my father is a GP in Clevedon, which is just across down the road from Bristol, so we lived our life. I was born in Wales, but all our families have always been across to Wales most weekends, I think. And our culture was always Welsh, I think, and maybe I made a little promise to my grandma, which is supposed to keep promises, and she said she was outraged that I was opening an office in Bristol, and she couldn't believe I could ever open an office in Bristol, being a Welsh person. So I promised her that we'd open an office in Cardiff, and I think there was not much more thought than that. But the realities are, we're based in Bristol, we can get across to Cardiff quite regularly, that's the plan. Our product can come across quite regularly. And the Welsh people, I wouldn't like to kind of generalise, but I think have an ability to, first of all, be positive, be upbeat, be well-natured, and want to make things happen. So I think it reflects well on what the GDS culture is, and they've done tremendously well.
So I just want to cover off one more little thing, and then perhaps we can move on to talk a little bit more about you, which is, why not London?
Yeah, just because when I was working in London, I think it became really complicated because there were a lot of companies in a media field, and the teams I was working with were often approached, and so was I, to go and work for them. They'd offer me an extra £5,000 or my team an extra £2,000, and my team would come and say to me, you know, Spence, what do you think? And mostly I kind of think if it was a good offer and a really good company, then that's really good. But most of the time I kind of feel the grass isn't greener. So it was disruptive for all of them. So when I went to Bristol, I thought, instead of being in London, we have an opportunity to do what we do correctly. Of course, we're not going to get everything right, but there are times we've underpaid, there are times we've overpaid, there's times we've made mistakes, promoted the wrong people and everything like that. But I think if we're culturally a good company, then people should be able to knock on my door and say, look, you know, I'm not happy with this, or I want to know about that. And that's far better than in London, where I think it was just kind of people getting approached just because potentially they could do something for the next year.